What's up, everybody, and welcome into the Friday edition of the Auburn Blitz, brought to you by Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply Stores, J. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Central Alabama Community College. Brett and Randy here with you on a Friday, not in the studio. We're here at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Randy, the food's just so good, we had to just uproot and say, look, we're just going to Auburn, and we're just going to start doing the show here. But no, we're glad to be here in Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, one of our great partners here on the Auburn Blitz, and a big football game tomorrow for Auburn against Oklahoma. We're going to talk about that. We got a great guest coming up with Coach Pruitt from basketball. But Randy, we're glad to be here today.
Well, you used to do a lot of this, in our previous show and some other shows that we've had some on locations, and we're excited that potentially every Friday we're going to be on location here in the Auburn community to, spotlight the community, spotlight athletics, try to get some different personalities from over in the athletic department to come on, whether it be a player, whether it be an administrator or a coach. We'll have Coach Pruitt, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, on with us. Big news yesterday. You and I cover high school basketball here in this state with AHSAA.
Right.
I don't think there's a program growing any faster or any better than Huntsville High. And to go over there and pick up Simon Walker, who's a 6'5", he plays a point, can play a wing. They've got 4 or 5 guys on that Huntsville High team that can go on and play big-time Division I college basketball. So for us to pick up one from there, that I think there's going to be a lot more to come, was a really big get. Look forward to talking to Coach Pruitt about that.
Yeah, I am too. Coach Pearl, when he came here, all the top talent in the state of Alabama, they weren't staying at home, and that goes for Alabama up in Tuscaloosa. We couldn't keep any in-state talent here, and now, Auburn's program and the way Alabama's improved, everybody wants to be part of these programs, and it's because of the leadership and the coaches. But you said it, top 150 player in the country, Simon Walker. You got to win in state. You got these top players, and Coach Pearl's made it a priority. You hear Coach Freeze talk about it with his recruiting classes being in the state, being a priority here for these kids, and that's what he did going and getting Simon Walker. Also going to talk to Coach Pruitt about tip-off at Toomers. They're going to do that again on October the 17th. Want to talk a lot about this roster. There's a lot of excitement. I'm going to talk about the schedule. This schedule is unbelievable. It's got to be maybe the hardest schedule in college basketball, and I think Coach Pearl heard the cries from last year, maybe didn't quite get the seeding that we thought we were going to get in the NCAA tournament. So he goes out and he schedules Houston. He schedules Purdue. We get in the Maui Invitational. I know that's been set for a couple of years. Then you come back and you play Duke and you play Ohio State in Atlanta. So this schedule is very formidable.
Well, recruiting is going to be big, too. We've got a very, very old roster. And I don't know how many college basketball programs out there can boast the roster that we have and how many players have hung around for as long as they have. So Simon Walker, others around the state. I think you speak volumes about the need for knowing where some of these key spots in the state of Alabama are. Go out there, let it be known that we, approve, and we're very excited to get some of these in-state talents to stay at home. We've seen them stay at Alabama a lot over the years, but to see them coming to Auburn and potentially get a Mr. Basketball type of talent like Simon Walker could be this year, really big. Let's go real quick. Coach Schweers and what he's built at Huntsville High. Last year, were they undefeated going into the Final Four?
I believe they were.
In-state. I think they had lost one game out of state, and that was to Cooper Flagg.
In
I think it was a Christmas tournament that they went out of state.
A pretty good player, by the way.
Pretty good player. Going to be a great player at Duke. But for us to go over there and pick up somebody from a growing program like that, I think speaks volumes about the effort that we're getting and the way that we're marketing our program. That's all we can ask for in any of our programs, is to market it as well as we are on the basketball side. Bruce Pearl does it as good as anyone.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Coach Pruitt, like we said, in the next segment when he gets here. They got some recruits in town. It's the last home game for a month for football, so they're bringing in recruits. They're taking advantage of this, and so they're busy this weekend. We're glad that he's going to take some time out to join us here. Let's dive into this football game. Oklahoma comes in to town tomorrow, 2:30, ABC kickoff. Wear orange. It's a big game for Auburn, obviously, for multiple different reasons, but it's a big game in the fact that they need to get on the winning side of things. It's a 5-game home stretch that we all felt like maybe Auburn would be 4-0 going into this game. They're not. Turnovers have been the story to this point. 10 turnovers in the 2 losses combined. It was not pretty. We were in the ball game the whole time, even with the turnovers, but against Arkansas, just never could get anything going. And then when you give away 10 possessions and you lose a 7-point game and you lose a 10-point game, you got to find a silver lining somewhere. Our defense has played well enough to win all of these games, but the offense has got to start producing. Oklahoma has a lot of pressure. Brent Venables, pressure's on him. They ran out of Oklahoma against Tennessee. We thought Tennessee was pretty good. They proved to everybody. Pretty doggone good football team. 2 years ago, Brent Venables had a shaky start at Oklahoma. There's a lot of heat on him. They look at this game as we've got to come into Auburn and win this game because their schedule's brutal as well. So, man, I told Gary Harris this morning on his show, Randy, it kind of feels like the LSU game a few years ago when Malzahn and Les Miles were on the hot seat.
The field goal game.
Yeah, well, the one we kicked nothing but field goals, and then they score, but thank goodness they didn't get the playoff in time. I'm not saying either one of these coaches are going to be fired, but it has the feel, the urgency of we've got to win this football game if we want to have any chance of having a successful season.
Well, let's stay with the positives with the Auburn football program right now, and that's recruiting. Not only in the state of Alabama, where we've got 8 out of the top 10 prospects in state committed to us, have gone out of state. We've got a number of guys that are kind of hanging on. We don't know exactly what they're going to end up doing. Deuce Knight's one of those at quarterback. So positive momentum's a need. Maybe not only for this year, but some positive momentum to show these recruits that there is a direction that you can go. And when you end up here at Auburn, you can hope to play for championships. And I know that that's what Hugh Freeze is selling to these recruits, and I know it's a need. Hey, if there's ever a group to come in here and play right now, it's this Oklahoma team. Our problem is turnovers.
Right.
It's not yardage. You look down at the yardage offensively for Auburn, we're averaging 460 yards of offense per game. You look at Oklahoma across the way, yes, they may not be turning the football over as much, but only 290 yards of total offense per game. That's 119th in the country. That's dead last in their conference, which is now the SEC, number 16 in the conference. But, that is a stat that we're going to have to continue to watch is can Auburn continue to put yards up, halt the turnovers that we've seen in the previous games. I went back to this stat with you on Tuesday. 83 plays this past Saturday to just 61, and we had 100 yards more of total offense. I mean, you give up that many plays and that many possessions.
You can't give 5 possessions away.
There's no way to come back from it.
They start a freshman quarterback tomorrow. He looked
dynamic guy.
Yeah, he looked pretty good in the second half. He actually gave Oklahoma some life, but you just said it. I mean, they're 119th in the country in offense. You bring a freshman into the environment that's going to look. The thing is the fans are still going to show up. It's Oklahoma. It's only the third time these two programs have ever played. Only the first time they've ever played outside of New Orleans. And we're looking for our first win against Oklahoma, but the fans will be there. They understand the assignment. It's a orange out. I guess that's what you want to call it. Everybody wear orange. So the stadium will be orange. But here's the deal. You shouldn't allow a freshman quarterback to come in and be comfortable. I think our defense is playing better. I think they're getting better each and every week. They've given Auburn a chance to win every single game. Offense got to help them out a little bit. Got to quit putting them in bad situations. Oklahoma, though, hangs their hat on defense, Randy. Their defensive front is nasty. They're good up front. They gave Tennessee some fits a little bit up front. So how can we manage that? That's been kind of a weakness for us. So it could be a defensive struggle. I had somebody come in just a minute ago and say, could this be a 3-2 Mississippi State game? I said, I hope not. But seriously, these two teams are struggling scoring points. So it's whichever one can get it figured out and which one doesn't make the most mistakes.
We were really good defensively last week. Kept us in the football game. I think Keldrick Falk is well on his way to being an all-conference performer. I saw pressures on the quarterback. I think he's inside the top 5 nationally now with 17 quarterback pressures. Brett Highlandhome, they don't get a lot of great talent down there, but they've got a run of them right now. They got his brother. They're undefeated in high school football currently, but it's nice to see a guy that is highly recruited. We go and get late in the process from Florida State, and he ends up here at Auburn and playing as well as he is.
Yeah, up there in the top of the country in quarterback pressure. Just a phenomenal player. It was a huge, huge gift for Auburn. Mike on Facebook said, who's the starting quarterback? It hadn't been officially announced, but it's going to be Peyton Thorne, I feel like. I think Peyton Thorne is going to be the guy that you see come out against Oklahoma. He came in the second half. Randy, I didn't think he played bad. He's a fifth-year guy. I mean, he understands it. he gives Auburn an option to run. Again, we haven't seen enough of Hank Brown. I don't want to put Hank Brown under a microscope yet and say he's not ever going to be worth his merit at starting quarterback. I think he's got to have some time there. But Peyton Thorne gives you the most experience and probably can do more things and be more versatile against an Oklahoma front.
Are we making people hungry? I'm watching
so good,
the feed right now at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, not in Montgomery, but here in the beautiful city of Auburn, Alabama.
That's right.
And we're excited to be here and hope that you come out and are part of the program with us. We got some T-shirts to give away, so make sure to stop by.
Yeah, show them the new logo, man.
New logo here with our Auburn Blitz, and we'll have a lot of those here and continue to have some more of those as we end up here on Friday afternoons from 12
this
to 1.
This place smells a lot better in the studio.
It's making me hungry, and I need to get me a little bite as soon as we
right.
go
Well,
off there.
Jim was here just a minute ago, and he's already gone. He came and ate a steak and a twice-baked potato. Jeff back here behind us in the kitchen. You can see a little bit in the showcase back here, but the ribs, the steaks, the tiger tails, the pork chops, the tuna steaks, the shrimp. Man, they got everything. And they got all these tailgate specials going on. I want to tell everybody about that real quick. Again, make Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine your official home for all your tailgating needs. And they got all these packages. They've got a touchdown package, 2 slabs, 2 pounds of grilled sausage, 24-count wing for $89.99. Then they've got a timeout package with a dozen mix and match sliders. They got a third down package with spinach dip, cheddar bacon ranch dip, all these type of dips. And then you got a grilling box with 6 steak burgers, 6 Conecuh burgers, a pound of Conecuh sausage, and 1 Pepper Tree black seasoning. If you hadn't had the seasoning, you're just missing out. That's all I can tell you.
Stop by, see us. Coach Pruitt up next.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the show. When we come back, glad to be joined by Coach Chad Pruitt there for the basketball program. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The good guys at Alex City Marine are ready for your boating needs all summer. And now you can get up to $4,500 in rebates on our huge selection of new Landau Tritoons and sacrifice pricing on remaining 23 models. Alex City Marine also has a new fleet of rental boats for fabulous days on the water, whether it's service, new pontoon selections, or rental boats. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road in Alexander City or online at alexcitymarine.com.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC offers popular full-size trucks with a legacy of strength and durability. Side by side, the new Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra 1500s discounted up to $13,000 off. Or big heavy-duty Chevy and GMC 2500s discounted up to $8,000 off. Rugged durability, powerful engines, and advanced technology. Choose your perfect truck today at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here live on location at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine in Auburn. Make sure you come out to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, man. It smells so good in here. And glad to have Coach Chad Pruitt with Auburn basketball up here now. Coach, good to see you, buddy.
Absolutely. Glad to be with you, man.
Hey, it's football season, but there's no rest for the weary, right?
None. We had our first official practice on Wednesday, and we had pro day there as well. And so, now that you can basically practice all year, it's not like the first day it used to be.
Yeah.
But we had our first official day, so we're excited.
Well, you've had a ton of great recruits in. You guys utilize football season. It's been an odd start because you have 5 home football games, which is kind of, like you said, you would think, man, you want to be home, but it's a lot of pressure on the football team and the basketball team when you're bringing all these recruits in. You don't really ever have a chance for a break. So you're coming to the end of this, but got a big commitment. We can't really talk about him yesterday, and continuing that momentum of what you guys have built here over the last 7 to 8, 10 years.
Yeah, we're extremely excited about the young man. We were able to get committed yesterday. Been working on him for a while.
Right.
And so, look, this time of year, 5 straight home football games. We've had 2 or 3 to 4 guys in every week, and so there's a little fatigue going on there. But
yeah,
we're excited. We got 3 more officials this weekend, and look, we have 10 seniors. So with 10 seniors,
I've never heard of that, but I mean, it's crazy.
You couldn't do it if it wasn't for the transfer portal.
Right,
right. So out of 12 scholarship guys, 10 of them are seniors and 2 are freshmen. So
wow.
we got a lot of work to do for next year.
Well, you look at that, and when we originally saw that, I went, 10. When have you ever seen 10 seniors on a basketball team? Yeah. So again, like you said, you got to hit the grindstone and get new guys coming in. But let's talk about this team coming in. You start in 35 days. It's an exhibition game with FAU, and then the season starts. But really, the storyline in the all season's been this schedule, which you guys put together. And I'm telling you, I don't know of a schedule any tougher in the country. I've got to ask you this. Going back to last season, congratulations on the SEC Tournament Championship. I know the season didn't end the way any of us wanted it to end, but I think Coach Pearl talked about the seeding, and everybody was a little disappointed in our seeding. Is that a lot of the rationale behind going out and just in getting this schedule set up the way it is?
Yeah, and look, we were very disappointed as well as the way it ended, and we've used that obviously as motivation every single day.
Sure.
For the coaches and the players since. And, we felt like we had won the SEC tournament to get a 4 seed and then be shipped all the way out to Spokane.
Yeah.
Was, I thought, a little unfair. But, that's athletics, and you got to be able to deal with that. And we and even with losing one of our better players during the game, we got to win that game.
Right.
And so that's been really, really huge motivation. But, just looking at the schedule, we got all these guys back, and we decided to go all in with some transfers and be really old. And so we have the type team, I think, that can handle the schedule. Now, the problem is we can be old and handle the schedule and still lose a bunch of ball games.
Sure.
But the analytics basically says, look, as long as you don't get blown out in those games when you're playing those top 10 teams.
Competitive.
If you can be competitive, you actually win. The numbers help you out just by playing them. And I think you look at what Alabama did last year. Alabama played a bunch of really tough games.
They did.
Lost almost all of them. They had the exact same seed we did, even though we won the SEC tournament.
Prepared them, I think, to make the run that they made. And, again, you guys have had the Maui Invitational. You've been on that schedule for a while. You're going to play really tough teams out there. But you add Duke, you add Houston, you add Purdue. You play Purdue in Birmingham. That's going to be a cool game. That'll feel like a home game for you guys. You got to go on the road to Duke. I think you play Ohio State and Atlanta, right?
Yeah,
so you guys are all over the place. And that's before the SEC starts. I mean, the SEC's tough enough. You add Texas and Oklahoma in there. And then, of course, just the normal gauntlet of teams. And this conference is a meat grinder. And we say that in every sport because you look at baseball, softball, you look at the football. But basketball, man, I mean, there's 9 to 12 teams, Coach, every year that feels like they have a legit shot to go to the NCAA tournament.
And look, by adding Texas and Oklahoma, and we got to go to Texas. So on top of all that, you just mentioned the schedule, but you got to go to Alabama, to Kentucky, and then to Texas, along with.
It's got to be the toughest schedule in school history.
No question, won't even be close. But again, we want to be exposed early, And look, we play Houston on our second game. We're going to be exposed early. And but I think it's going to be good for us long term. We can look back at the end of the year and say it was a good decision or bad decision, but we feel like that kind of a schedule with the older team we have will be really, really good to keep those guys engaged. And look, I'll be honest with you, even the offseason, talking about playing Houston in the second game, you got to show up. Our first game is against Vermont, and a lot of people don't know about Vermont, but they're going to be a top 100 team. They're a team nobody wanted to schedule, nobody. And we're opening up with them. So, yeah, we're jumping in the gauntlet pretty quick.
I want to talk about this roster real quick. You, again, went out and got some really key guys in the portal. Had those freshmen coming in, Ja'Kai Howard, Tahad Pettiford, to mix with the guys you have coming back, a veteran team. Kind of talk about the chemistry so far on this team. You guys, like you said, you started just a few days ago, but kind of what's the feel around this team?
Yeah, well, first of all, we've got 12 guys on scholarship, and I think we'll play 11 of them. And so that's not normal. Normally people play 7 or 8 guys. We're going to play 10 or 11 guys every game. And so because of that, the practices have been unbelievably competitive. Right now, if I had to try to come up with a starting lineup, I don't think I could.
Right.
There's just been so much competition.
I guess that's a good thing.
But it's a really good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good thing. And so, but we think we're starting to see a little separation, which is what you want to do.
Right.
You go back and look at last year with our point guard position with Aiden Holloway and Trey Donaldson. Nobody ever really took the reins of that position.
That's right.
And so we played 20 and 20. That's not what you're looking for. We'd like for somebody to take over that position, really all the positions, and be more like 30-10 or 28-12.
Yeah.
And so, everybody's talking about Miles Kelly from Georgia Tech. He's had a really, really good offseason. I think Auburn fans are going to love.
He can shoot the basketball.
He can really, really shoot. Got great range.
Right.
And an unbelievable young man. And so I like the chemistry, man. We can go through a lot of them. Ja'Kai Howard, you mentioned Ja'Kai and Tahad, two really really dynamic freshmen.
High flyers.
Both of them.
Yes.
People talk about Ja'Kai, and he has a 46-inch vertical,
wow.
I think. A lot like yours. Pretty close.
No doubt. You just took the words out of my mouth.
I know.
You beat me to it. So.
He reminds me a little bit of you and your athleticism.
Sure, absolutely.
But Tahad also can really, really jump. And what I like about Tahad is, and I think he'll play the 1 and the 2, but Tahad can shoot the 3 ball, but he can also get downhill. And that was one thing we struggled with last year, finishing layups at the rim.
Well, Coach, before we let you go, got to talk about tip-off at Toomer's.
Yeah.
October 17th. That's just around the corner. That's a fun event that you guys are bringing back. Cole Swindell coming in concert. And kind of tell everybody about that. We want everybody to come. It's a free event, but you better get there early.
There's going to be a lot of people
You'll
there.
be way down the street. You won't be able to see the court and all that stuff. So.
Well, obviously it's cool to start off by putting a basketball court in Toomer's corner.
Absolutely.
Everybody's excited with that just right off the bat. And then Cole Swindell and I have actually been friends for a while.
Okay.
And so when we started
You sing
looking,
as good as him?
I do not. I do not.
You sing as
But he
well
doesn't
as I
play-
jump
he
with
doesn't play
Ja'Kai
basketball
Howard,
as good as me. Yeah, so we're good. But I'm excited to have him. I think that's going to be a really cool event for Auburn. And who knows how many people are going to show up? But if you don't get there early, it's going to be hard to get a good place to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people, I can promise you. Hopefully the weather will be great. It'll be a great start for Auburn basketball heading into the season in 35 days. November 1st, that exhibition against Florida Atlantic. And then, like you said, right after that, you get the season started. Well, Coach, really appreciate you coming out to Pepper Tree Steaks. It smells good in here, doesn't it?
Man, are you kidding me? I got to find something to eat after this. This is great.
Yeah, you don't want to come in here. Actually, you do want to come in here hungry because you just want to buy everything back there. So, but Chad, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to it this season. Good luck to you guys, okay?
War Eagle.
War Eagle. All right, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin. Daikin. Comfort for life.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dable, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here live on location at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Glad to have Uncle T-Bone, Wade Bennett. What else do you go by?
That'll work.
Is that
right
it?
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Sense of Green. Wade's with us every Friday. Brought to you by Sense of Green. I'll let you take it away. You do such a good job with the jingle.
Yeah, for air that is cool and clean, Lake Martin and around the state of Alabama, call us at Sense of Green Heating and Air and Insulation. We are running all kinds of specials right now. $1,000 off right off the top of brand new HVAC system. You know you've been needing one, folks out there, because it's been extra hot in September, my friend. So give us a shout out, give us a follow on Facebook. Proud sponsor of the Alabama High School Athletic Association Radio Network, senseofgreen.com.
All right, after that we got to go to break. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Hey, that was a mouthful there, but look, talking about Coach Pruitt, first of all, coming up here and talking about that's exciting.
That's awesome.
But we're playing football right now, and it's a big one coming up tomorrow. We say that every week, and I think last week you were kind of on the train of, man, if Auburn doesn't win this game, they're in trouble, and it was ugly. I mean, there's no other way to spin it. We fumbled, we threw interceptions, 5 turnovers. You're not going to beat anybody playing that kind of football. So, Wade, I'm going to cut straight to it. Can Auburn turn things around tomorrow? Peyton Thorne's going to start. We know that. Feel like that anyway. Auburn's got a freshman quarterback coming in on the other side in Oklahoma that they found in the second half who looked pretty good. Oklahoma's under pressure too. Brent Venables is feeling pressure. Their schedule is horrific coming down the stretch, so they're looking at this as a must-win for them. Just your thoughts on what we've got to do tomorrow.
It's a hot seat game for both of these coaches. Yep. And it's sad to say that in year 2 that we're getting to that point with Hugh Freeze, but in today's college football world, you should be able to turn a program around a lot quicker and look a lot better and progress further than Auburn has. By no means am I saying he needs to go. That's ridiculous. But this is going to put a lot of pressure on both he and Venables, whoever loses this game. Can Auburn turn it around? Heck, yes, they can. The defense is 7th in the nation in the red zone.
Right.
The offense is pounding out big plays at a high click. The running game works. There's, you're holding teams to under 24 points. You should win those games in today's college football world. Right. It's all about the sloppy play and the mistakes. Now, you can deep dive into personnel, into schematics, and what Auburn's trying to do both offensively and defensively, and you can argue that until the day is long. But the fact is, Brett, if you throw interceptions at the rate Auburn's been doing it and you fumble it at the rate Auburn's been doing it, it doesn't matter who you got back there. Right. You're not going to win football games, fact.
No, you're not. Again, into the 5-game home stretch, about to go on the road for an entire month. It doesn't get any easier. That's why, again, more importance is placed on this game maybe than normally. We all kind of felt like we would be 4-0 going into this game. We're not. So you can't worry about that anymore. You got to look ahead, and you got to figure out if Auburn can limit the turn. Again, the silver lining in all this is our defense has played well enough to win all 4 of them.
I agree with that.
And our offense has not helped any. So, again, you look down at Oklahoma, it's kind of the offense you want to see rolling in here. It's an offense that is 119th in the country in total offense and is dead last in the SEC right now at total yards. Auburn is opposite of that. Auburn is 27th in the nation. I know it doesn't look like it, but number 7 in the SEC in total offense. So the potential's there, and I think Coach Freeze talked about that. He said that's the good and the bad about that is that you look at how productive we have been, and yet there's no points because we lose when we turn the ball over too daggone much.
In Auburn's losses, Brett, the other team has had the ball on average in time of possession almost 12 minutes more than Auburn.
We only had it for 3:30 in the first quarter.
That's got to change, especially in today's college football world where possessions are key because the clock's continually running. I don't like that rule, but it is what it is. Auburn's got to turn the tables on its trends in this game and put the pressure on Oklahoma by long sustained drives, running the ball more. I need to see Peyton Thorne running the ball more. He is a weapon. I don't know why we didn't do more of that last week, but we got into what I think was almost a desperation mode when we didn't need to, and continued to pass the ball when we didn't need to. I understand the fumbles, but get in a little bit more ball control type offense, and let's grind Oklahoma out and put a ton of pressure. We preached that last week. We saw it working, except for a few busted plays and a few late hits. You got to pressure this freshman quarterback and Jordan Hare, the fans. You got to show up, and you got to make it a wild environment where they're going to struggle and where he can't communicate clearly fact.
The fans show up every week, and they'll be there tomorrow. Third time in school history for both of these teams to play each other. Only other 2 times Oklahoma won the game, it was in the Sugar Bowl. Back Pat Sullivan's day, and then when Sean White broke his arm, neither one of them worked out for Auburn. So Auburn's looking for their first win against Oklahoma. It'll be the first time either played on their campuses. So there's a lot of firsts going on here in this game. We need to get this win tomorrow, Wade. Again, want to thank you for coming out to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, being on the program here with us. You're here with us every Friday, usually by phone. Sometimes you get up there and are in studio. This place smells great.
It's
good,
awesome.
Good to be in Pepper Tree and all that they do, and glad to have Sense of Green part of the program as well.
Yeah, senseofgreen.com. Check us out for air that's cool and clean. But if you're traveling right now and listening, get down here to Pepper Tree. Brett, they got some kind of deal up there where you can get 6 fantastic bottles of wine for $12.99 a piece. They're regular priced at like $20. And the way Auburn's
Did I just see you with a whole big armful of those?
The way Auburn's been playing, I needed to restock my wine. So good to go at Pepper Tree. Thank you so much. And also Sense of Green. Give us a shout. Air that's cool and clean. We're the best.
Yeah, hey, going to have a little fall weather tomorrow. It's not going to be like the surface of the sun.
We're moving into heating preseason, so let's get a tune-up on those systems, folks. Check us out at senseofgreen.com.
Just glad that we don't have a 95-degree day tomorrow. So that's already a win, right? So Wade Bennett there with Radio Free Auburn. Glad to have him every Friday. We're going to go ahead and take another break. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug-tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Dadeville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
Dr. Lisa Daniel is now at Daniel Eye Care. Dr. Lisa Daniel has been serving the Auburn Opelika community for over 20 years. Dr. Daniel specializes in glasses and contact lens, children's eye exams, treatment of eye diseases, and LASIK consultation. At Daniel Eye Care, we strive to treat our patients as we want to be treated, with compassion, integrity, and personalized attention. Come see Dr. Lisa Daniel at 1955 Opelika Road or call us at 821-8889. Daniel Eye Care. Find your focus.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here live on location at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine on East Glen here in Auburn. Get out to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. They've got those tailgate packages. I wish you could smell the food through the camera. I think you probably can just looking at it. But we've got Faith Richardson up here now. Faith, good to see you. Glad you came out. She's a senior here at Auburn, and she just joined our team and on the AHSAA side, but going to be doing some Auburn stuff as well. You're already doing a lot of Auburn stuff. So yes. I'm just going to go ahead and let you tell everybody about where you are in school and what your future plans are, and then kind of what you've been doing with Auburn sports.
Yeah, so I'm in my senior year. I'm graduating in December from Auburn with a journalism degree. So this summer I interned at WSFA. I was their sports intern. I had so much fun over there. Luckily enough for me, I'm able to intern with them this fall too. So I'm on the sideline for all the home games, which has been a great experience. I've had so much fun. And then now with some basketball starting, we've been going to some of that too now. And so that's been a lot of fun. And then I also, from my professors who have been helping me a lot, they kind of got me in contact with the Auburn Sports Network. So I'm doing some radio stuff that is like pregame stuff, 45 minutes before the game, interviewing some players and stuff like that. So just a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of experience now, and I'm enjoying it. Well,
I was going to say you're making a lot of connections, you're networking, and Coach, well, I call him Coach sometimes, but Rick Smith, a lot of people know him as the PA announcer for the football games, but, you and I kind of have a tie there because he was my instructor when I was here at Auburn, so that tells you how old Rick is. But now he's teaching you, and but just Rick is such a good person and been a part of Auburn for a long time, and he gave me a call and said, look, we got a great student here. We want to get you tied in if possible, and you're going to start working with us on the AHSAA side, doing some sideline reporting, because I know that kind of is your ambition, and you've already, like you said, interviewed players, kind of getting that experience. But talk about where you got the passion and maybe the interest in starting with broadcast and maybe sideline reporting.
Yeah, so it kind of started, I guess, the earliest I feel like I can really remember is like second grade, when I would just sit there with my dad on Saturdays, and in our living room we had our TV set up where I would sit in his lap in his chair, and I would be able to see the TV in the living room. But I was also able to see the porch TV outside. So we'd have two different games going on. And if we really wanted to drive my mom crazy, we'd have the kitchen TV. So we had three different games going on at once. And That drove my mother insane.
Had all these TVs going on.
Right. And so, but my dad and I, we were able to just watch. And I mean, it would be from 12 to whenever he would be asleep and I'd still be sitting there watching or whatever. And that kind of just grew for me since, like, my love for sports and all that kind of stuff. And so when I found out that I was able to literally have my homework be watching film and stuff like that.
Isn't that nice?
I mean,
that's pretty cool.
I was sold. There was no question for me. And then ever since just going and putting myself out there more and more into kind of this profession, I've become loving it. It's a whole new thing for me that I wish my dad could experience because I feel like he would enjoy it, but he's living vicariously through me. I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
You were submersed.
Yes.
You know, right out of the gate.
He wants
like you
the
said.
sideline ticket.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say, he trained you to get in that position so he can get the benefits, right?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, again, in this profession, you do meet a lot of different people. You do make a lot of connections, and you know, Rick's one of the best. Again, I think Auburn's blessed to have him in so many different ways. And SEC Network will be here tomorrow, their morning show, their game day show. And I know you guys are going to get to maybe tour that today, so you're going to get to maybe make some more connections there and all. But kind of talk about, this is your senior year. I mean, college flight, we tell everybody that all the time. I feel like I can remember going back to when I was here. It feels like yesterday. I know it doesn't look like it, but it feels like it. Talk about how fast this has gone by for you.
Well, so I'm going 3.5 years.
Wow,
and
you are on a fast track.
Yeah. I feel like, so I've lived with the same roommates all 4 years now.
Right.
We always talk about, I feel like we're just in freshman year. And yesterday, actually, we were all sitting there saying, I kind of wish we could go back to our dorm freshman year. It was so fun, all that kind of stuff. And thinking about it, that it was 3 years ago is actually scary because I don't feel like, I feel well prepared now to go out into the world, but I don't feel like I'm 21 years old now.
Right.
Becoming an adult
It
now.
goes by fast.
And, everyone's asking, what are your plans after college? What are you planning after graduation? I don't know yet. I want a job, but I'm like, I feel like I'm still like a child.
Well,
you
young. Are basically. I mean, you're on a fast track. Most people take the opposite of that, Faith. They go 5.5 years, not 3.5.
Yeah, my dad.
They try to drag that out a little
bit. My dad did that extra quarter.
Okay, did he? Okay.
He would be really mad if he knew that I was saying that, but I said, you took the extra quarter, I'm in quarter. That's
trust me, I was there. So you're bringing it back in the day there
not
for us.
Not semester, but quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with the quarters, so they were pretty cool. So, but semesters are good too.
Yeah.
Well, Faith, also you're helping us with the AHSAA, the Alabama High School Athletic Association. We travel around every Monday to the game of the week, and we were in Moody this past week. Unfortunately, the game got canceled. We did a great show up there, previewed the game, and between Auburn High School, which is just right up the road, they're going to try to reschedule that game. But you're going to be with us the rest of the year, traveling around and highlighting these games. And in the Super 7, the state championships, you're going to be part of our broadcast crew. You're going to be on the sideline for us, so we're excited about that. So you're going to get to cover all of those state championship games up in Birmingham as it rotates around. It won't be in Auburn and Alabama anymore because of the playoffs, but going to be in Birmingham, and they're working on some deals with some other schools, maybe Troy, maybe Jacksonville State, and those. But Faith, thank you so much for coming out today, and I know you are excited to go over and check out the SEC Network set and all of that. Going to be hopefully a good day for Auburn tomorrow.
I'm excited. Thank you so much for having me on.
No, you're welcome. That's Faith Richardson here, senior at Auburn, part of our team now. I'm glad to have her part of what we're doing here on Auburn Blitz and the AHSAA Network. Stay tuned. One final segment coming up here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Announcing Camping World's Inflation Buster camping program. You can now get into a new RV starting at just $98 a month. We won't let the economy steal your camping season. Take advantage of this very limited time offer and lock in your low monthly payment today.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you. Central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here. Final segment here, live on location at Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine on East Glen and Auburn. They've got two locations, one here obviously in Auburn, the other in Montgomery where they started 25 years ago. Jeff back here was part of the start with Kathy, and, man, they built a great business. Our good friends Barry and Paula right over here to our left. Couldn't do it without them, and just so many great people here. Kim, Tina, everybody that's part of the group here. We can't say enough great things about it. Plus, it's always cool to come hang out at a place that smells and tastes as good as this place.
Well, a lot of people in and out. You've already seen
Right.
a lot of wine being purchased. I just did my fair share of that. So
you're an Auburn fan.
I'm hopeful that my wife will be proud of me tonight and whenever I get home. So
Sure.
there's a lot of you out there, it looks like, that are in the same boat that I'm in, and this is a great place to come by. I told you a couple of months back I went by the location in Montgomery, and I did
Right.
it late Friday afternoon.
Yeah, it was packed.
I'm not saying that there's ever a bad time to come into a great place to get food, but it was packed. I mean, from the open to back where you could get the food in Montgomery, it was wonderful. So can't say enough good things about great sponsors out there. We couldn't do this program without all of you that are sponsors of our show. So go out there, patronize each of these businesses, and let them know that we sent you their way.
Yeah, Russell Dewitt Center and Building Supply Stores, J. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Central Alabama Community College, our corporate partners here on the program. We couldn't do it without them, definitely, each and every day here on the Auburn Blitz, Monday through Friday. Randy, let's go around the SEC. This coming up Saturday. We'll talk at the end about Auburn, Oklahoma. You got Kentucky going to Ole Miss. Ole Miss really hadn't been challenged. They're 4-0. They're a 16-point favorite at home over a Kentucky team that almost upset Georgia. What's your thoughts on that football game?
Well, Ole Miss needs to be challenged for me to buy in. Really tough to ever buy into that program until they win a game that they're not expected to. And I'm not sure that Kentucky's the game that I need to see. You know, they're going to have to beat an Alabama or somebody like that before I believe they're a championship contender. But, you know, from the line of scrimmage standpoint, I've got to, oh, man, look at these ribs coming in.
I'm going to have to hold them up. Cause
whatever I was just thinking about Ole Miss just went right out the back door.
I mean, and they're about slid off.
Please don't dump them on the table.
Yeah, but I wanted everybody to see them. You could still eat them off the table. I mean, I promise you, it's not going to stop you from.
How about you? I mean, you know, Lane Kiffin and the back and forth between Hugh Freeze and his staff, and some of the jabs that he's put out there on social media. I think there's more of a storyline there than really the game to me. You know, I'm an Auburn fan, so I'm sitting over here watching a lot of what he's saying when it comes to that. Have you paid attention to much of that this week?
I have. You know, it's the same stuff with him all the time. And I even heard some Ole Miss fans say, can he just please stop doing that? Can we just worry about what we're doing and not worry about, you know, and Hugh Freeze was complimenting him. But, look, here, if I'm Hugh Freeze, just quit complimenting people. Just, you know, that doesn't matter. You know, you need to worry about you. And, of course, Hugh Freeze has Kentucky coming in. We'll see how – look, I said Tennessee last week. We'll see how good they are. They went to Oklahoma, and they curb stomped them, really. I know the score kind of came back a little bit, but Tennessee owned that game for 3.5 quarters. We'll see what Kentucky can do on the road, but Ole Miss, can they win the game by 14, 17, 21 points over Kentucky? If they can do that, that'll help me in cementing the fact that they are a pretty good football team.
Well, and it's an interesting watch to see the way that Hugh Freeze is building his program and the way that Lane Kiffin's building his. I don't know the answer, and I've said this a number of times, but I'll keep doing it. Do you do it through the high school ranks, or do you go out there in the transfer portal and get the very best that you possibly can get year in and year out, and you make sure that you got one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and you coach them up? And right now, you know, I know Hugh Freeze is new, and but right now what Ole Miss is doing and what Lane Kiffin's building, you can't disagree that anything he's doing is not working, because they're winning at a level they never really have at a consistent basis.
What's the common denominator with all these teams that are having success right now?
Quarterback play.
It's no doubt. I mean, you take you take any of these guys off these teams, and they're probably middle of the road, and they're struggling, and they're having – Auburn's a good quarterback away from being 4-0. And maybe winning those games convincingly. If you had Cam Ward in that position, Auburn wins Cal going away. There's no part of me that doesn't think that. And then against Arkansas, you probably win that game by 14 or 17 points, maybe more. You know, he's infused Miami. We've seen Miami hadn't been very good the last few years. He comes down from Washington State, immediately makes them a contender. He's the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy right now. So let's shift down to Arkansas, Texas A&M. Just got a couple more minutes here on the show. That's an interesting game. Both teams 3-1.
Yeah, and I think both teams equal. You know, I can't point to one or the other and say that I think you know, we've already got through Arkansas, so I'm watching Texas A&M, and I'm hoping they fall flat on their face. Because we need them. We need Kentucky to go ahead and lose to Ole Miss, and lose convincingly. So Kentucky's kind of going down. We need them beat
down too,
and then Texas A&M as well. So I don't look at either of those programs and think that either one are going to be in contention for just not good enough offenses on both sides.
Couple minutes. Well, we got 1 minute left. Got to go through it. Mississippi State at Texas. That is going to be a slaughter. 37.5-point favorite. I won't even ask you about that. Georgia, Alabama, real quick. Give me your take.
It's hard for me to think that Alabama is not going to continue to own Georgia. I don't know why it is, but Kirby Smart's really struggling getting through that Alabama football game. He did it last year. I think the same will happen this year. It's Alabama until I see something different.
Alabama and Georgia, and then Auburn Oklahoma tomorrow. Got to wrap it up here for Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Thanks so much for all of you out there joining us. Be back with you next week for more Auburn Blitz.